the values refund and refund amount, and as a ROS transaction ID. So if you wanted to rebuild this, you would see this information right here after 48 hours. So it takes up to 48 hours in order to see that information, unfortunately. So I can't show you this live right now. The only thing that I can really show you is sometimes, I hope it works this time. Let's go over to the real-time reporting here. You would be able to see if there was an event that just happened. Down here, when we go to event count by event name, we have here all of our different events, and unfortunately, we don't have our refund event. Normally, it should actually show up here, but sometimes this apparently gets blocked because of batching issues and so on. So I wouldn't discount it completely that this didn't go through. We actually have another method of seeing if the data has been sent, and I'll show you this in a second. So I hope this GA4 refunder is a cool tool for you maybe to use in your customer service and be able to utilize this to send in refunds. It's just our suggestion of doing so. If you want to get a hold of this, go over to measureschool.com/refundr, and then you'll be able to copy this document, and there are some setup steps involved. So just to go through them really quickly, you need to copy this event. This will copy not only the form, but also the attached app script, which sends the data to the measurement protocol. So let's make a copy here. This will be copied directly into your Google Drive account, so you have full ownership of it later on. And then once you are in here, you need to first of all initialize the whole thing by clicking on menu and going to script editor. And here's all the app script that we have written in order to make our measurement protocol hit work. And then you just simply click on run here, make sure that it's set to trigger on first run. And this app script actually sends data to Google Analytics 4. So from your Google Drive account to Google Analytics 4. And therefore there's some permissions involved that you want to review and then accept in order to make this work. So I'm going to log in here, look through the permissions and allow. And that will then set up the trigger for us to be working with when somebody adds something to our measurement protocol hit. So then you can close this window again. And this is now fully set up. You can obviously change around the name if you wanted to get rid of the setup steps right here. And in the end, you can send this off to your customer service staff by going into the send form link. And this is the actual link that would be used later on by the staff to fill out. I have this right here. And what you can also do if you don't want to go through the steps all the time to have the GA4 measurement ID or the measurement protocol always needing to be looked up and filled out, you can actually build a pre-filled link by going into this option right here, filling this out with the appropriate information. So just for demonstration's sake, I'm just going to go and take this information. And at the end here, we'll go get link. And here we have the link. And once the user puts that stuff in, it's already pre-filled, so you don't have to do it again as the end user. So that's just a little tip on my side. I wanted to just briefly show you also how you can see the information that gets sent from this form. So let's come up with a hypothetical hit that would be sent. So I'm just going to do a bogus client ID and transaction ID and value in here, currency, and let's send this off. And now you would be able to go back into the editor and go to this menu item here, executions. And here you see the process refund that just fired. And this is all the information that would be sent. So you can also double check if the information was actually sent through this execution log, which is held by AppScript as well. So again, if you want to get a hold of this GA4 refunder, go over to measureschool.com/refundr. Now, I hope you find this useful. It makes your life a little bit easier. This is by no means the end-all solution, but just the ones that we propose. If you want to see more videos about Google,
I'm going to take a look at this real quick. This is the first group I signed up with that does that teaches this specific thing. So we'll do it like that. I'm going to see how this works because I do want to start playing with AppScript and sending some things. So I think it's interesting to check that out. Yeah, I'm just experimenting right now. I'm not even 100% sure that the play really is where's this shit at, man? Learning that right now because I could, but I don't know yet. I need to reset some payment stuff. That's one thing about building back as well is you start to look at all your costs and realize where you have been spending. I really don't need any of these. Clean this up a little bit. Awesome job. So big shout out to Athena Simpson. She built this incubator inside of Cody Sanchez's community that essentially allows people to buy and sell businesses. So if you're interested in buying or selling a brick and mortar business to another person who would then take on ownership or a percentage ownership, depending on whatever kind of deal you're able to put together, this is a place to do it. I'm really excited for her. I think that she's got something cool. So just a quick shout out for that. Need to ask her if she needs some measurement work done. So I'll hit her up about that. I found these two from Product Hunt, which is a popular site to kind of show people new softwares, and Richio and Oh My Lead. So these are two that I'm going to be checking out soon. But now that I'm rebuilding, I'm really in a stage of limiting the software that I'm using, because most of the time I pay for the what I like to call a real version of the software. So I need to open up Lead, I guess. I think that's what happened, is when I moved it for my meeting this morning. It got moved away. It's here. So I have groups of tabs through Chrome that allow me to do that type of thing. I'm starting to get better, I think, but there's definitely a lot of tools and stuff that I use in a daily basis, or I'm at least checking on, and I like to have quick access to them, which is understandable, but also um, it's a little annoying. My content matrix, I put this together last week, really. So we're about to start this back again. I'm just making a whole bunch of content that'll be coming out about HYROS. So if you know HYROS, or you're wanting to get familiar with HYROS as a tool and what it means, it is an attribution tool, and it can really help you. Just check the resource sheet and, you know, help me out. Use my link. HYROS is a big deal. I'm going to be offering expert help on the setup, because there's a lot of things that you have to um, connect in order for HYROS to work. So it's just one of those things that, it's controlled through GTM. I can do extra things and send extra data back if I use server side. So I'm just kind of learning where it fits within that marketing mix. I'm actually sending them an email right now, and I'm just going to ask them to respond to his response.
What if
So
you could
he's
run
sent me
ads
this.
based on the best possible people coming into your funnel? If you have a business that does sales calls or demos, this is going to skyrocket the quality of leads coming in your business, allow you to get way more qualified customers in, and allow you to close way more deals. It's so simple. If you're running Facebook ads, you're running Google ads, you're running TikTok ads, you can only see calls coming in. You can't see how they're performing in your funnel, especially in the ad manager. However, with HYROS, now you can. You can see right here, if we come in and look at our stats on HYROS, I can easily go and see so many different things you can't see in any other ad reporting systems. I can see qualified calls, unqualified calls, but let's look at a little bit deeper. I can see which stage of my business these calls are in. I can see when they enter the lead stage. I can see them when they enter the engage stage. They start interacting with my sales team. I can see when they've actually been presented the deal. Okay, the people that attend calls showed up, and I can see the people that become customers. And I can see the final close amounts that come from ads. So let's say I was running ads last month. I can see exactly how many people made it to which part of my funnel by traffic source and how many ended up actually closing. I can see how many are qualified. I can even see the average time it takes them to book a call and become customers. So this way I can say, all right, what traffic sources are getting us the best calls, not just calls, the best calls. And I can say, oh, okay, Google's getting us way more qualified customer calls, and they're getting to the last stage of the funnel 75% more than TikTok calls. Maybe we should go all in Google. Or we can look at Facebook and say, wow, these people are not making it past the lead stage. How can we go in and improve our funnel a little bit more to get them to the later stages of the funnel, and then change our funnel to get them deeper into the funnel? We can look at what traffic sources are consistently giving us the biggest deal value or opportunity size. And then most of all, we can optimize around that. Can you imagine if you took your money, instead of investing in just calls, you were able to say, okay, I'm going to invest this in the traffic source that is giving us calls with the highest close rate, the highest opportunity rate. You might be paying 2 to 3 times more for a call or a demo on a certain traffic source, but that traffic source is delivering 10 times times better customers, making the ROI 10x, while a traffic source like maybe TikTok is giving you very cheap calls, but they're not getting to the later stages of the call and you're not getting good deals off of it. You can even see that, hey, they're actually refunding more or not even making it to the call. So why are we putting all this money in TikTok? Just put it down on Google, where we're getting the largest deals for our business overall. Just like that, your business changes how you run ads overnight, and you're making way more money because, yes, the calls look like they're more expensive on one ad platform, or they look different, or you're getting cheaper calls somewhere else. But now you're actually able to operate by where your customers and your best, highest spending customers are coming from. And so that is the power of what you can do in HYROS if you have a call or demo-based business. This completely changes how you run things. And like always, one of the coolest things about HYROS is we can see these stats inside of our ad managers, TikTok, Google, Facebook. You don't have to come inside the dashboard or log in awkwardly and then go find the ad set. You can literally just see all the stats I just talked about in your ad manager, so you can real time apply these stats to your ad buying, applying this data and making so much more money from your ads effortless. So book a demo below if you're not already a customer. Let's get this going. Let's make you more money with HYROS.
Hey guys, it's Jack here from the HYROS team. I just want to explain to you how to set up lead stages in HYROS so you can track different stages of your funnel and understand which sources are bringing in the most qualified and better quality leads. To summarize, in HYROS we have 3 ways of tracking lead stages. This includes via a direct integration, Zapier or the API, and URL rules. All 3 of them cover different use cases and different softwares depending on what you're using and what you want to track. I'll go through all 3 of these one by one in this video. Firstly, direct integrations. Tracking lead stages via a direct integration is at this moment in time only available for Acuity, Calendly, and ClickFunnels. However, depending on when you're watching this video, it may be available for more integrations. Please see the written guide for more details on exactly which integrations these are available for at this current moment in time. In this example, I'm going to use Acuity for scheduling platforms. So just go to Settings, Integrations, find your integration, and click Configure. Then click Edit. Inside your integration, you're going to see Lead Stage Rules. Click on the Add Lead Stage button right here. Here, you'll have the option to map a custom lead stage inside HYROS to an event inside Acuity. If you click on the events, you can see all of your listed pool events inside your Acuity account. This is the same for Calendly or any other call scheduling integration that this may be available for in the future. We use the event from your call scheduler to map custom stages. You might want to use this, for example, for mapping a specific event such as a free consultation to a qualification stage. So for example, when a lead books a free consultation, we may want to mark them as a marketing qualified lead. To do this, just select the free consultation event and you can add the custom stage name here. This will then track the lead with the stage name of marketing qualified lead when they book this event. Another potential use case for this is if you want to mark a lead as in the opportunity stage when they book a specific call. Perhaps during the call, they are presented with the deal or the offer, and you want to mark this as a specific lead stage. So you can track when leads are booking a call where they will be presented with the deal. Once you're ready to do that, just click Save. Your lead stage rule will show right here. You can create as many as you like using different events inside Acuity and do exactly the same thing for Calendly or any other call booking software in the future that this may be available for. You can do exactly the same for your ClickFunnels integrations. Please take in mind the way we actually pick up events and the type of events we pick up are slightly different because it's a different type of software. For example, this could be when a lead creates a subscription, when a lead is created inside ClickFunnels, when a sale is created, when a subscription is updated, when a lead refunds, or when a subscription is deleted inside ClickFunnels. You can use these to map custom stage names, such as marketing qualified lead or sales qualified lead, or it could be an exact match. So for example, when a lead is created, you could use the stage name lead created. Please take in mind that we're restricted by the specific events that the integration sends us. Again, a full list of all the integrations that we have will be shown below. But if you want to customize this further or use different integrations, this is where the other 2 options will come in handy. The second option is tracking lead stages via Zapier or via the API. Zapier is going to be the most common one. With the API, you will need a developer to assist you, so I won't cover that in this video. Zapier allows you to track a lead stage in HYROS based on any event that happens in your software, as long as your software integrates with Zapier. So a good example here is if you have a webinar software such as Webinar Jam or EverWebinar, you can track a lead stage in HYROS when you get someone attending one of your webinars. Other options could be when a lead registers for your webinar, when they attend a replay, or when someone no-shows for one of your webinars. You can simply use the create lead action inside Zapier, ensure the email address is added correctly, and then add the lead stage. So this could be whatever you want it to be called. So for example, it could be attended webinar, or it could be missed webinar. This allows you to see unqualified leads and leads that are not engaging, and also leads that are engaging with your webinar funnel. This allows some further customization with direct integrations. However, the one thing you can't do with this is trigger a lead stage when a lead lands on a specific page. So if you want that level of customization, you're going to need URL rules. To explain URL rules, I'm going to use the example of this lead form. Let's say I wanted to track a lead stage whenever this lead form is entered and label it as a marketing qualified lead, or just as lead form submitted. If I wanted to do that, I would need to redirect the lead once they click here and ensure that in the URL there is a specific parameter for the lead stage. Now when I submit that form and I'm redirected to the next page, I just need to ensure that I'm redirecting my leads to a page with a parameter that signifies what the lead stage is. So for example here, I have added a parameter lead stage equals MQL for marketing qualified lead. Again, this could be anything depending on the lead stage that you want to track for your specific business. If I want to change the lead stage name, I just change whatever is after the equal sign. So if I wanted to call my lead stage lead form submitted, I just change the wording here after the equal sign to lead form submitted, because HYROS is going to use this text to create the lead stage name inside HYROS. Please note, you can have this text, the parameter, as anything you like, but just please keep this in mind and make sure you use this in the next step of the setup. So in this case, it's lead stage. Inside HYROS, if I want to track that as a lead stage, I need to go to Tracking, URL Rules, and then click Add New Rule. Then go to Dynamic Rule, go to Select Action Type, then select Lead Stage. Then you want to enter the URL parameter that's inside your URL. So in this case, because I'm using lead stage and want to track whatever comes after the equals of this parameter, I will add lead stage here, just like this. Then enter any name you like. So for example, in this case, I'm just going to name it lead stage tracking, but this doesn't really matter. And then click Create Rule. Once this is done, moving forward, anytime a lead lands on a tracked page with the parameter lead stage in the URL, we will use whatever comes after the equal sign to track a lead stage and assign it to the lead. So for example, in this case, because the lead stage parameter has a value of lead form submitted, it will assign the lead stage lead form submitted to this lead who landed on this page. It's also worth noting at this stage that it's pretty much exactly the same process for call qualification. Click Add New Rule, go to a dynamic rule, select action type, call qualification. And again, you can select the URL parameter. This can be whatever you want to name it. An example here I'm going to use is call queue. This must match exactly with the parameter that's in your URL. The only difference with call qualification is we're going to apply this to a call tag. So it needs to be applied to a specific call at the same time. So let's say this specific call from our Qt integration, I want to be able to mark it as a qualified or unqualified call. So I'm going to use this URL rule and then just name it whatever I like. So for example, call qualification, just to signify that's what this rule is for. Then I'm going to create the rule. And then again, moving forward, when your lead lands on a page, on the thank you page, after the call is booked, if you have this parameter based on, for example, specific answers they have given in a form, you could have them redirected to call queue equals disqualified or call queue equals qualified. Or you could do any number of things. You could add custom names here and we will create a different call qualification value inside HYROS. So that will be a separate column. You'll be able to view that data inside HYROS. So it's basically the same thing as lead stages, but for call qualification. The most common way of using this is going to be either disqualified or qualified. Now inside HYROS, you can view all of your lead stages that you've created along with your unqualified calls and qualified calls or any other types of call qualifications that you have created. You can get these inside your account by clicking Edit Columns, scrolling down to Custom, and then selecting all of your lead stages under Custom, then clicking Apply. You can also get your calls by going to Calls Advanced. Then you can toggle on unqualified calls, qualified calls, or any other types of call qualification that you've created in your account. This will allow you to dive much deeper into your traffic sources and understand which traffic sources are actually bringing in the most high quality leads. So for example, in this data, we can actually see LinkedIn is bringing in 152 leads at the opportunity stage. So they've been presented with a deal. However, you could also see that they've brought in 78 leads at the customer stage. So this most likely signifies they've become a customer. So there's a big discrepancy between the amount of leads being presented with an opportunity and the amount of leads actually purchasing. Whereas here you can see we actually have a similar amount of leads at the customer stage, but much less at the opportunity stage. So you can use this type of thinking to further optimize your traffic sources. So this type of insight is going to allow you to optimize much more deeply based on this data, depending on what you want to optimize around. Same with unqualified and qualified calls. You can now actually optimize around how many qualified calls your traffic sources are bringing in. So again, this may translate to a higher cost per lead and a higher cost per call if you're only optimizing around those really high quality leads and high quality calls. But in the end, you're going to be bringing in much more qualified leads and calls, and a higher percentage of them are much more likely to purchase.
Yeah, there's some genius shit there. Pretty awesome.
All right, what's up, Jake? So for Kelly Roach, this is for the live event. Okay, so live, I counted. Let's call it. Counted at least 13 leads yesterday, March 28th. When I look at HYROS for the widget dashboard for live launch, it's showing 5. And what I'm doing is I'm pulling this launch lead tag. However, when I look inside of here, number one, it's saying validating as opposed to sent. And so I think that that's an issue. I don't know what to do about it, but I think that's an issue. And then there's no tag being added here. And
All right, so there's that. All right, so I'm good on that. I've got a ComD situation pretty much fixing itself, so that'll be fine. Get gist. I still have this. I can maybe try with it eventually here. So debounce this guy. See, I think I got all these here. Yeah, I do. This is ready. I need to work on this course that I've been kind of messing around with. Not doing enough, really. Okay, so these are different courses within. Okay, got it. So yeah, I'll just have a whole separate course for each one. At performance, I can have a HYROS section here. Yeah, I think that's how I was doing this. So I can just do this way. Duplicate that a couple times. Let me rename this one. It's gonna make me do this. Yeah, I wanted this to say like use cases. Setup is such a bad sounding name when you're trying to sell it. So I should probably actually have like a set called use cases. And then underneath that, there we go. Add a module called add platforms. And then I need to add another module called um, UTM integration. I could have a conversation about leads or sales. Leads or sales. So the differences in a setup that's strictly for capturing people's information so you can follow up with them, email, phone call, whatever. Or sales. Sales would be a situation where it's just transactional, so e-commerce. I'm there to buy whatever and then I'm out. So we can do that. Yeah. Use cases outside of that. Let me see. Probably something about CRM. Probably be worth it. I think my biggest thing with HYROS is getting deep into it. Email, that is very interesting. HYROS with email and just having like a HYROS section. So that needs to go somewhere else though. So here I need to make that's a general HYROS. And that's why. So if I speak about email, I can kind of tie it back. So that's what I'm going to do. So imagine if you had a course, right? This is what people really want, is they want a course that just shows the traffic source. So if I play it like this, I might be able to do some interesting things here. So I can say paid ads. And I can even go, I can go organic search, paid ads, email, retargeting, which is paid ads. But I think what I want to do is get super granular so I don't have to search everywhere to try to get answers. They can just go directly to use cases and then paid ads. And then I can easily graduate this to a bigger category, I think. And then we can do attribution is really what it is. And so I need to create a set. Yeah, I need to create a set. And it needs to be called traffic sources. That's cool. Yeah, so emails, traffic sources, use cases. Yeah, I think just having these available is pretty nice. And first party cookies, a very, very broad topic. The history of cookies. Ay, ay, ay. Something that was supposed to be done a long time ago. Yeah, I'm gonna call it, and I'll be back tomorrow with more. But essentially, right now I'm setting up um, work with experts agency and gearing myself up to really learn and deep dive on HYROS, as well as putting together a documentation of sorts on my learning journey so that I can then use that as um, a course to recruit new businesses into uh, a consulting arrangement of sorts. So educational, yes, but also I'm doing it to create playbooks and processes that I'll then use inside of my own organization. So I'm excited about that. Needed a reason to really take this playbooking idea further. And now I have one. All right.